Ahoy guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Del here, Deli, Arundel, whatever you want to call me. It doesn't really matter. Welcome. This is my first ever anime themed video on this channel, and guess what it's about? Probably tell by the title, but it's me recommending 3 animes to watch this spring season. This is not all my recommendations, this is just some of the ones I've seen, and they're only around like 1 to 3 episodes in, but it's what I would recommend to try so far. And I narrowed down 3 out of the ones I've tried that I like the best so far, though there are definitely others that are great that I might do a compilation. Yes, that's the right one. A compilation at the end of ones that are good, but not as good. But we'll see, I might do more for spring in the future. But I am excluding any continuous seasons. So this is freshly new season 1 only on these recommendations. These are ones that seem good, but may not be, who knows. But they might be fun to watch. So let's get into it. Woo! Our first recommendation. Let's start off with my first recommendation. We'll go from goofiest to more serial, very serious anime. Okay, so my first recommendation from the spring season is Paripi Koumei. I'm gonna say the English name because that is so wrong, but Boy Kongming, which is a really fun anime. It only has 3 episodes out at the moment. Themes are music and reincarnation. So I'll give you just brief rundown of what your boy is about. And the general of the 3 kingdoms, Kongming, had struggled his whole life facing countless battles that made him an accomplished strategist he was. So on his deathbed, he wished only to be reborn in a peaceful world, and was sent straight to modern day Party Central Tokyo. But pretty much the general theme of the first episode is he gets reverse isekai'd, well, reincarnated into Tokyo in the future, where he meets the cutest and I would say best girl this season. Our new best girl, everyone can fight me, Iko, or Echo, I can't remember exactly how they say her name, who is an aspiring singer. Okay, so let's start off with the story of how our protagonist, air quotes, starts off in his new reincarnated life in Tokyo. Pretty much he reincarnated, but he thinks he's died and gone to hell. And that's when he runs into Echo, our best girl for this season's anime. She's singing on stage, and it's like sparks something in her soul and thinks she's like better than everyone else. This starts off on his journey on like discovering that he's in the future and a peaceful place, and helping her like achieve her dreams pretty much. And it's really fun so far. I've only started on the first episode, but I really am enjoying it, and I love Echo's character and how she interacts with him and everyone around them. It's a really good like funny comedic duo, and I love that Echo has her own like wants, needs, and like her own goals, like to be a singer. It also really helps to get into her dreams is the music is actually really good. The singer they picked for her is actually really great, and she has many different songs. It kind of reminds me of the feel of Carol and Tuesdays music wise, but there's like a lot of fun different stuff involved. With our main protagonist's character, which I will butcher his name, Kongming, who is a historical Chinese figure from the 3 kingdoms. Something this anime does that a lot of animes don't do well is portraying lost in time, because some pick and choose what the character doesn't get, and he doesn't get everything. And I like how they like portray it very realistically and in a funny way. But it's like a very funny, go-lucky kind of show, and I'm really enjoying it. And I would definitely recommend giving it a try, and I'm very interested in seeing where it goes for the rest of the season. My next recommendation, sliding a bit more serious in the kind of anime, but not very. You would have to be under a rock to not hear about it this season, I feel, or you may just not be in the loop. But SPYXFAMILY, which is one of the highest reviewed shows this season. It's around only 2 episodes in, and spawned one of the most adorable children in anime, Anya, who is an adorable little telepath. So I'll give you a little rundown of what the show's about in case you haven't seen it. For the ancient known as Twilight, no order is too tall if it is for the sake of peace. Operating as Westertale's master spy, Twilight works tirelessly to prevent extremists from sparking a war with neighboring country Ostania. For his latest mission, he must investigate Italia Donovan Desmond by infiltrating his son's school, the prestigious Eden Academy. Thus, the agent faces the most difficult task of his career: get married, have a child, and play family. Isn't that adorable? I'm a sucker for dad-daughter bonds and family bonds, and this plus some good action and comedy is like a must-watch in my opinion. It's so good. Okay, let's get going into the first episode to explain why I think it's so good. First up, always animation, because that matters to a lot of people, but the animation I'd say is really good in this and consistent when you need it, and that's always a plus. So I would tick it as watchable animation wise, that's for sure. Okay, to the story, we start off with our Twilight, who is a spy, who is actually Lloyd in the show. And Lloyd is like having to make a fake family, so he adopts Anya from an orphanage, and like the main start is just him setting up his family unit with what I thought was another spy when I first started this trailer, but it's actually an assassin. But like those are the first 2 episodes. I don't want to go too much into spoilers, but it is really good, and you get some adorable moments with Anya and her air quotes dad, well, her current dad, and they have a beautiful balance of comedy, heartwarming, and a bit of realism to it, but honestly things are happy to go goofy fun. And I wouldn't go into this expecting a super depressing serial anime, but some heartwarming action with some good comedy, because I really think it hits comedy really well with all its other themes. So if you like father-daughter relationships, action, comedy, or just cute moments in general, because from episode 2, spoilers, the mum character is absolutely gorgeous, absolutely adorable, and I really love her character arc. She has her own goals, she has her own stuff, she isn't just a tag along, and she does things for her own reasons, which is really nice. And you also get that with the Lloyd. The mum character that's coming into its name is Yor Forger. Well, Forger not yet, but her name is Yor. Sorry, I feel like I'm saying that so wrong. Yor. That's not right. I feel like that's not right at all. And Lloyd's goal is all about peace, being a good spy, and like trying not to get too attached to things. And hers is all about taking care of her younger brother, setting a good example, and trying to like live a kind of normal life while she lives her assassin like kind of lifestyle. I would have to say the comedy is on point, heartwarming on point, and I really love like the dynamic of everyone. No Usagi drop moments, thank God. And I think it's a really lovely anime with good balance all around, and as long as you're not going in there with unrealistic expectations or thinking you're going to get the most serious, realistic spy anime of all time, I'd go in with the same attitude you have for Konosuba or something, where things won't always be 100% like legitness, but you're gonna have a good time. And before I forget, I forgot to say the genre, and it's action comedy. So keep that in mind, because I feel like that's better to have a good time, is to realize what you're getting. And what you're getting is action comedy. It's just adorable, cute, and interesting to see the interactions with her hopeful parents for her. Final conclusion, SPYXFAMILY is fantastic as an action comedy, and it has some beautiful heartwarming moments, and the animation is really nice, and everything about it comes together really well, from the music and the animation to the storyline so far. I really hope it keeps going with this level of quality, and I'm really interested to continuing on with the entire season. Derby Bunny rating. On to the final recommendation, the most serial of our recommendation. Tomodachi. And this may have been recommended so far. It's around, I think, 3 episodes in so far. It started airing April 6th. It may only be 2 in, and I'm remembering this wrong, but yes. Tomodachi is high-stakes game, psychological. Let me try that again. Psychological strategy game. Well, that's the theme. It's not really a strategy game, but you know what? It's anime level of strategy game. It tries it best, okay? It tries its best. Okay, so let's go in there. Yoichi Kataragi has battled financial hardships his whole life, but has learned to stay content and positive thanks to his close circle of friends. To keep a promise he made to them, Yoichi saves up money to join them on a school trip. But when he gathered the money, mysteriously goes missing. Suspicion falls on two of Yoichi's friends, Tayo Saihiho, Maikaito Shibi, who were in charge of collecting payments. Although innocent, Saiho and Maikato take responsibility for the failure to protect the money when no one else comes forward. After a few days later, Yuichi and his friends receive mysterious letters which trick each of them into meeting up. Upon arrival, they are ambushed and knocked down unconscious. And that's pretty much where their game begins. A lot of people have compared this to Squid Game, but past it being a game involving money and like high-ish stakes, I don't really think it has many similarities so far, but only 2 episodes has aired. So before going into the details and describing why it's different, let's review how's the animation in it. I think it's fine. I think it's like an average animation to okay. Nothing's wrong with it. Nothing's fantastic about it. It just happens. It's like slice of life level, but not glossy. But it's plenty watchable, so I wouldn't say it's like a big deal or anything. It's just nothing super spectacular so far. Let's go into the plot so we can describe what the show is really about, because it makes it seem like it's a show about friendship and money, but compared to other money high-stake games, it starts off kind of different. They go in, and then the robot boy, which is some janky 3D, what 3D isn't janky sometimes, especially if it's so readily shown. But you go into the game, and he reveals that someone in their class is 80 million yen in debt. And they can all participate together to knock this debt away. But as soon as they enter, it's split between them. And the person who has the debt use the stolen money from their class trip to enter them in this tournament. So seeds of deceits are already set in, and they're suspicious of each other. And your main character Yuichi, who is the poorest of the group, is like tested straight away to see if he'll join, which he obviously does, or the anime's over. But it takes a different turn. Instead of earning extra money to become rich, you're really trying to drag one friend out of debt, and after a while, yourself out of debt. But straight away, the game doesn't play fair in a sense, and the game rewards you for betraying each other. And so it becomes a tale of more of deceit between friends and how much friendship and relationships and families are worth, as you get through some flashbacks with his mother versus father on money matters, family matters. And so it gets really interesting rather quickly, honestly, and you are left wondering, out of all the friends, who is the one deceiving them, and do they have like ulterior motives for deceiving them, not just getting out of debt. And I think it takes an interesting twist on the get rich, betray, and kill everyone, because this one doesn't have any major stakes, as in death. Death is not involved so far. The only major stake is debt. And I feel like it shows a really good thing of the fear of debt in people, and how far they're really willing to go, even if it's not to gain money, but to have a complete clean slate. So far, I really like the storytelling so far, even though there's a lot of what's happening here, and it made me definitely want to watch the next episode. And it's nice to see one of these games where it's not about how hard the game is or how lucky you are and stuff like that. It's all about how far will you throw your friends under the bus to win. And so it has completely different stakes in my mind than a lot of other games, and you can really feel like they can lose something even. And that's really impressive, seeing death is not on the line, because animes do have a really hard time of making things feel high stake if no one's gonna die. And that's why I recommend this anime. Yay! Derby Bunny rating. I hope my recommendations made sense and I gave you enough information. This is my first time doing this, and I'm trying to give it my best shot to be descriptive of why I'm suggesting these. And I hope you give any of these 3 a go. And if you have any suggestions for me that you think I should try in general or this spring, leave it in the comments below and I'll have a look. And thanks so much for watching, guys. And if you want any more information about the shows I'm reviewing in more detail, you can also leave me suggestions for that. Because though I have watched some of these episodes myself, I'm not really sure how much detail people want to be able to go, should I watch this? Because I do not want to give too many spoilers, especially with the more serious shows, because it can get... Spoilers ruin things, guys. Spoilers ruin things. That is the end of my TED Talk. But thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video or on stream. Bye.